What's up, everybody? Jake Fletcher here with the Fletcher Group and Remax Advanced Realty in Miami, Florida. Wanted to bring you guys a quick little market update and fill you guys in on what's happening here in Miami-Dade, as well as the Tri-County area, which is Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties. So check it out. What I wanted to show you guys first here is they're all charts of what's happening, okay? Now, the first one is average price versus months of inventory. This is Miami-Dade single-family homes over the last 10 years. And what I did was I capped the price at $999,000 because if you don't, then it makes it look like the average sales price is $1 million because there's lots of ultra luxury properties here in Miami, and that's just a whole different market. So we're looking at the broader market here, the majority of what's happening. So the average sales price is that green line there. You can see that it went from under $200,000 in January of 2011 to almost $500,000 now. So congratulations if you bought a home around here or anywhere around here. You have a good amount of equity now. And then if we look at months of inventory, we can see it has an inverse relationship, meaning it basically does the opposite over time. And months of inventory, if you'll recall, is if no new listings came on the market, how long would it take to sell everything that's currently on the market? So sort of a middle of the road would be about 8 months of inventory. Technically, a healthy market is between 6 to 12 months of inventory. If it's more than 12 months, that's considered a buyer's market because the buyers have more leverage. If it's 6 months or under, it's considered a seller's market because the sellers have more leverage. So if we look at that months of inventory, we can see right now we're at about 3 months of inventory, under 3 really a little bit. We've been closer to 2. We haven't quite broken that 2, but it's pretty crazy. And you can see that the number of sales here over time, that's this next graph here is the blue line. We can see that it sort of trickles up over time, right? And that makes sense because ever since Miami's founding in 1896, we've had a net positive migration flow, meaning every year we gain people, we don't lose people. So it would make sense that over time, we're going to see more closed sales, more sales overall. Now, the green line is our number of active listings. Now, this is where things get crazy, okay? And this is why we see that months of inventory is so low because there's nothing to buy. So if there's no inventory, won't take that long to sell the inventory that is there, right? So we see over here, decade ago, we were over 10,000 units of inventory. Now, again, this is single family homes, all right? And this is all homes, single family homes in Miami-Dade without a property, without a price limit. So, I mean, we see at some points we were almost up to 12,000 units of inventory. Then right here, there was a big drop off right around election time in 2016, November of 2016. Not sure if that's correlated, but hey, that's a big drop right there. And then things kind of stabilized a little bit. And then boom, guess what this was? Coronavirus to the basement. Now, we went from, average, like we were getting like 6, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, active listings. And then boom, after COVID has hit, now we're actually right here, we're under 4,000. So last month I told you guys we were at about 3,900. I think it was 3,911. Right now we're at even less. So it's about 3,800. So even less listings than last month when I told you that we were at an all-time record low. Crazy stuff, right? Now, this was just Miami-Dade, and it's just single-family homes. So let's go ahead and take a look at, right here we have Miami-Dade, Palm Beach County, and Broward County. We have that price cap there of the $999, and it's all single-family homes over the past decade. Not sure. There we go. So boom, we can see similar graph, right? So let's look at, that's the same active number of listings to number of sales. So we go back and forth between those. You can see they're pretty similar graphs. Let me see if I can zoom this one in. So yeah, there we go. So you can see they're pretty similar graphs, honestly. These numbers are different because we're talking about 3 counties. But you can see we had a similar drop there in the election period, and then boom, similar drop, coronavirus, to where we're at now in the Tri-County area is about 7,500 number of listings. The number of sales, similar to in Miami-Dade, it's inched up over time, which again makes sense. So nothing too out of the normal as far as number of sales. It's not like demand has changed drastically. It's our supply that has changed. So that's wild. And here, last but not least, let's take a look at, these are single family homes. Basically same chart as the last one as far as the criteria, except what we're measuring is different. Our average sales price in months of inventory, which was what we measured in that first graph that I showed you. So you can see comparatively pretty similar charts. Again, your numbers are actually the same on this one. I mean, your basically your number of listings is different, but you went from 220,000 to 710,000, but the chart itself looks very similar. We can see here in the Tri-County area, it's actually under 2 months of inventory, right? So we can see that our average here sales price went from around 200, similar to Miami-Dade, boom, all the way up to 500,000, basically. I mean, it's right there. It's like 498, or in Miami-Dade, it was 498. Looks like it's about the same. And then we can see that we went from our months of inventory, we went, from over 12, about 13 months of inventory now to less than 2 months of inventory. So what does this mean for people who are looking to buy real estate right now? Well, it means a lot. And everybody has a different situation. So if you want a more custom curtailed response to that, give me a call or email, text. My information is down below in the description. But overall what's happening is, and it's funny because I see a lot of people saying, oh, the market's getting better. The market's getting better. Well, nationally, we might be starting to see some signs that the market is getting better in terms of less competition. But with the Delta fears, Delta virus, Delta variant, whatever, we're just not seeing new listings coming onto the markets yet. And I think that Delta is the prevailing factor in that, as well as the fact that there's this catch-22 where nobody wants to sell because they're afraid that they won't be able to find somewhere to buy. And nobody can find anything to buy because nobody wants to sell. So it's this cycle that just keeps reciprocating, going around and round and round. And who knows what the end will be. Inflation data came out today. It was on par for what was expected. So I don't think that the Fed is going to be tapering their bond purchases as quickly as a lot of people thought. If you don't know what any of that means, don't worry. It just basically means that rates will probably stay pretty consistent over the next year or so, interest rates. I don't expect to see interest rates change until probably the end of 2022, beginning of 2023. It's anybody's guess what's going to happen. I mean, even a market expert like myself, I don't have a crystal ball. But what I can do is I can look at the charts and I can read the data. And pretty much for the last year and a half since coronavirus, the charts have just continued on the same trend. So, it is definitely still true that we're seeing a lot of buyers with that are getting fatigued, buyer fatigue in the market. So I do think if you really do want to or need to purchase, right now is probably a little bit better time than the last year and a half. Simply because there's a little bit less competition. Now, there's still a lot of competition. I'm still beating out multiple offers, 10, 15, 20 offers on houses. But compare that to, maybe 50% or 100% more offers than there would have been about a year ago. So it's a wild market out there, and you really need an agent who's going to know how to get your offer accepted. That's me. So if you're in South Florida, definitely contact me if you're looking to buy or sell. And for sellers, you really want an agent who knows the value of the property. I just scored my client a property $12,000 less than the market value. Because the listing agent had it listed for a lot less than it was actually worth. So you really need somebody who's on top of the market and knows what things are worth right now. So that's my 2 cents, guys. Again, everybody's situation is different. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me and I will answer to my best of my ability, regarding your specific situation, because there's just infinite variables that play into, what the proper approach is to the real estate market right now. Hopefully this information was valuable to you guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell if you're on YouTube, follow my channel on Instagram, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.